People don't think that out in the western suburbs that there is a level of poverty there, but there is.
Between 2000 and 2013, suburban poverty, the rate increased more in the suburbs than it did in Minneapolis or St. Paul. People don't usually think about poverty in the suburbs, and yet it's here. It makes me think how that phrase that we hear often, it takes a village, and it really does. It really takes all of us supporting each other.
What I remember ICA was a small little store on Williston Road. I think it was an old house. They just had a sort of a one-room open store with just a few things on the shelf, you know, box of cereal here and there.
Back in 2009, I lost my job with a major health insurance company, and I had to think very quickly. And I knew about ICA Food Shelf, so I called them to see what kind of services were available. It isn't something that at my age at that time that I would be in that kind of position, also with a child.
Pretty much everybody that I meet with says, I never thought I'd be here. I'm used to giving. We are their first contact in requesting any kind of formal help for a situation that might be ongoing and might be quite sudden.
1 month, I couldn't afford to pay my electric bill. My electricity was cut off, and I had to go heat up the water and take a shower that way. Out in the western suburb, that's what's happening. When you walk through the doors of ICA, you're walking through with the unknown. And those people there that volunteer and that work try to help you.
Your ego gets kind of burned a little bit when you have to go up there and, you know, take from the food shelf. It's a very humbling experience.
Coming to ICA, you know, was humbling, and it was tough, and I didn't want my kid to be embarrassed, but I also wanted her to show that Mom was going to be strong and that it's okay. It's perfectly okay to go and ask for help.
We're a very well-run organization that because they use us, they are not taking anything away from anyone else.
49% of our neighbors that are struggling and come to ICA, that they're actually working, that they have jobs. Yet whatever is happening in their life, there are maybe some other factors, the reason that they need to come to ICA for help. So I think businesses would be surprised to know who is actually coming to ICA.
All companies, big and small, are made up of people. Communities are made up of people, and we want to do our part as part of the community.
Really, anyone with their gifts and talents can help in any capacity. My passion for organizational skills and project management helps me to organize events for the ICA Food Shelf, whereas someone else might have an hour or 2 hours to give.
You know, our way of trying to help, you know, community and give back through just providing a label for them. I just wanted to give back, you know, from what I took.
If we had to pay all our volunteers, it would be another $1 million. Whether they're a small business or a large business, it doesn't matter.
Remember that there is no effort too small to make a difference in the community.
If someone doesn't have food, how does anything else matter?
ICA brings it together and fills in those areas that need to be filled for people that need it, like myself. I'm a single mom. There are so many single parents out there now.
I've just been somebody that's worked hard my whole life, did what needed to be done. Fast forward, 15 years later, I have 60 employees. You really can't force anybody to do what's right. You can lead by example.
People that come here are resilient. We're all in it together, and we need to look out for each other.
What kind of change we can affect with other people, that's so important, to be the ambassadors.
Suburban poverty is, there isn't any one picture of it, it's many different pictures.
Poverty is not just for the people that live in the inner city. Poverty is in the suburbs.